All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. Now, it's not the matchup that we expected, but it's going to be the Miami Heat clashing with the Los Angeles Lakers for the Larry O'Brien Trophy in the NBA Finals. The Heat are going for their fourth NBA title, while the Lakers are seeking their 17th, which would tie them with the Boston Celtics for the most in NBA history. Now, this NBA playoffs has allowed us to see what Jimmy Butler can do. Now, I know that there are some people that the move kind of like went under the radar last summer when Jimmy Butler signed with the Miami Heat. This was a guy that developed into a star with the Chicago Bulls, was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers, and now he has found a home for himself in these playoffs. We saw the Heat as the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference knock off the Indiana Pacers in the first round as they swept right through them. It only took them 5 games to upset the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round of the playoffs, and then the 6 games to get rid of the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Jimmy Butler, he's a tough-nosed guy. Like I said before, this guy has literally had to fight, scrap, and claw to earn everything that he has wanted as far as his basketball career. And his desire, his attitude, his infectious style of play, it's perfect for the Heat, for the way that they play ball, and it is also rubbed off on his teammates. You look at the emergence of Bam Adebayo during this postseason run for Miami. Goran Dragic, the fine guard, is playing like the Goran Dragic that we saw earlier in his career with the Phoenix Suns. You look at the emergence of Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson on the perimeter, and then, of course, Jimmy Butler is playing with one of his former Marquette brethren in one Jay Crowder. Erik Spoelstra, the head coach of the Heat, I think finally now people are going to start giving him the credit that he deserves. He was the head coach of the Heat during that Big Three era with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. 4 finals appearances, 2 NBA championships. And there were many people out there who wanted to say that Erik Spoelstra was the byproduct of that Big Three. Let's not forget, Pat Riley, the Heat president, gave Erik Spoelstra the nod and said, you know what? He is my guy to coach this team. And he did that even after the fact that Miami signed LeBron James, because he felt that this was a guy. Because there were people that when Miami did sign LeBron back in 2010 felt that, you know what? Pat Riley's got to come down and coach this team. And Pat Riley said no. Dwayne Wade said no. Erik Spoelstra was the guy, had some ups and downs in his first year with LeBron, but they won 2 championships together. And now things are coming full circle for Erik Spoelstra. He has shown even before this season what he could do as a coach. He got a no-name Miami Heat team to the playoffs a couple of times. They were a tough out in the first round. Only had 1 losing season since LeBron left. And now they have that star to build around in Jimmy Butler, and things are really coming together. Now, on the flip side for the Lakers, this, is going to add or detract from the legacy of LeBron James. You're talking about a guy who is 3-6 in the NBA Finals. He desperately wants to get that 4th championship, and he wants to avoid going 3-7 in the championship round. He has a great tag team partner to take their scoring pressure off of him and Anthony Davis. You look at what the Lakers did this offseason and bringing in a veteran point guard like Rajon Rondo, as that gives LA another ball handler to take some pressure off of James. Dwight Howard, the former All-NBA center, is looking to get his first NBA title. And, I think he's going to have a big factor, and not a big factor, but some type of factor in this series, at least being a rim protector and also a rebounder on the defensive end for the purple and gold. Kyle Kuzma is that 3rd scorer for this LA team. And I know that there's going to be a focus on LeBron. There's going to be a focus on AD in this series. Kyle Kuzma should have an opportunity to make a big factor scoring. For Frank Vogel, this is his first trip to the NBA Finals. This is his first year as the head coach of the LA Lakers. Of course, had a lot of success as the head coach of the Indiana Pacers. We know what he can do. And now it's going to be with the lights on him per se. Granted, there really aren't any fans in the playoff bubble, but everybody's still going to be watching to see if he can get it done along with LeBron and AD. And you look at this series and you ask yourself, who has the edge? Talent-wise, the Lakers have it. Make no mistake about it. But at the end of the day, there is simply something that you cannot write off about this Miami Heat team. And the way that I look at the Miami Heat right now, they're playing with house money because nobody expected them to be at this point when the playoffs started. Okay? And a lot of people are writing off Miami, and a lot of people are going out there and simply saying that it's going to be a formality that the Lakers win this title. It was supposed to be a formality that the Heat would succumb to the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round, and we saw what happened. And from that point forward, I said, you know what? The Celtics or the Raptors weren't going to stop Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we saw that happen. For Miami, it's a situation, it's a mentality. This team is hungry. They play solid defense, and we are seeing the maturation process of the likes of Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro right before our very eyes. This is going to be a back-and-forth series. I think this is going to be a tremendous NBA Finals. Jimmy Butler's not going to back down from LeBron James. LeBron James is not going to back down from Jimmy Butler. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup. I also want to focus on Bam Adebayo going up against Anthony Davis. Now, Adebayo is going to be the most athletic big man that AD has had to face in this postseason. It's a situation, Adebayo is not going to stop AD from what he wants to do. However, it's going to be something where Anthony Davis is going to have to work more than he has during this postseason to score. And he's also going to have to work at the defensive end because we have seen the development of Adebayo not only during the season, but now in the playoffs as well. Tyler Herro, I think this is somebody that the Lakers are definitely going to want to, be accountable for, because if you don't pay attention to him, he can get off from the three-point shot. And if he does, it could be they could be in for a long night here or there. I don't see him doing it for the entire 7 games or the 7-game series, rather, if it intends to go that way. I think this is going to be a back-and-forth affair, nip and tuck, a lot of give and take. But at the end of the day, I think the Lakers do have enough to get past Miami in 7 games. Like I said, they're going to have to work for it. This is going to be a great NBA Finals, and both teams, I guarantee you, will leave everything out there on the court. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Now, if you have not already, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and also like this podcast. If you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.